We are going to show you the best Halloween events in Central Florida. A couple that are mostly for adults, and then the rest will be family friendly. I will put a link for each of the individual videos if you'd like to learn more, but this is going to be just a quick overview. Let's start with Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Now, we've gone for 4 years, since 2015 through 2018, and then we are going again this year. There's rules for no masks and things, but basically a whole family can dress up together and just have a lot of fun. The only downside is it is the priciest of all the events, and it's limited to 5 hours. So if you want to really take advantage of the party, you have to make sure you have a game plan and make sure you catch everything you want to see. Unfortunately, I only have footage from 2018 when we went, so I will link our new video down below when we do finally go again in late September. They do ride overlays for the teacups, for Pirates, and Space Mountain. They have different dance parties like with Monsters Inc., Disney Junior, and this year they added Disney Zombies. There's quite a few rare character meets or different outfits for the characters, so we hope to see Jack and Sally this year if we can. They have a special fireworks show, and the Hocus Pocus show has returned this year too. The fireworks happens once per night. This Hocus Pocus show happens 3 times, and then the parade is 2 times per night. And I have to say, the Boo to You parade is our favorite parade of all the Disney ones. Halloween is our favorite event, but seeing the Haunted Mansion characters, Nightmare Before Christmas, and villains is just awesome. So if you can afford to do Mickey's Not So Scary, we would recommend it as the top event for families. It runs until midnight, so just make sure your little ones can stay up that late, but it really is great for any age. Next up is Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. Both Orlando and Hollywood have this event. The one in Orlando usually has between 8 to 10 haunted houses. Pretty scary for young ones, so I would do this more so older kids and adults. We did a video on this showing the express passes we had, how much time you save, of course going through all the scare zones. If you can go more than once, then you don't necessarily need the express passes, but if you can only go once, we would recommend it just so you make sure you can see everything and take your time. The houses can be anywhere from 50 to 75 minutes at a time. So with those express passes, I think we only waited no more than 12 minutes. But if you love Halloween and you love creepy things, I would recommend this event. It is a lot of fun. It's not so much terrifying, but it's just neat to look at all the decorations, kind of interact with some of the scare actors, and really look around to appreciate the details. And of course they do original houses, and they do some that are licensed like Halloween or Chucky. I like the variety, and they are known for some of the special treats. They had sweet potato fries, and they're also known for the pizza fries. So stay tuned if you'd like to see what they have this year, as we are going back shortly. The event usually starts at 6:30 p.m. and runs until 1 to 2 a.m. We love it. It's something that we recommend to go to each year, especially more of an adult event. And I'd also like to point out that with our Universal Annual Passes, the Premier Annual Pass has a free Halloween Horror Night ticket, so we actually only pay for Express. And just a side note for a family activity, Universal does have a Scarecrow Stalk. It's basically a Scarecrow scavenger hunt. You go through any of the parks that they have on the map, and then you can collect candy at each of the stations. It's something fun for a family or kids to do. Next up at SeaWorld Orlando, they have 2 different types of Halloween events. First up is the family-friendly event that is included in a park ticket and annual pass. We went to their Spooktacular in 2021, and before the pandemic, there's always lots of character interactions such as mermaids, pirates, and sea witches. I'll link our previous video down below, but stay tuned for this year 2022, as we will definitely be checking out this event again. One of the best parts is the candy. There are tons of candy stations with different kinds at each one. The candy itself is free, but they do require that you have the reusable bags, which are usually around $3 or $4. We can actually use ours from previous years. It doesn't have to be current ones, but we got so much candy last time just in one day, and we definitely want to do a candy challenge this year. See how much we can actually get, of course following the rules too. Now, the scarier event at SeaWorld, they just started the Howl O Screams at SeaWorld Orlando last year for the first time, 2021, and they are bringing it back this year. It is smaller than the Howl O Screams at Busch Gardens, at least it was. They only had 4 houses in 2021. I'm guessing it might be the same, but I have to say that Howl O Scream scare zones were more intense than Halloween Horror Nights. They really get up in your face and jump out of you, like out of bushes. Halloween Horror Nights is more of a creepy kind of walk, and they, say things, try to be scary, maybe chainsaws, but this one they literally will jump out of anything. I was actually running a couple times because some of those zombies were really freaky, like almost believable. We didn't use the express skip the line at SeaWorld. There were only 4 houses and it was really easy to get through. But we've never actually been to the Busch Gardens one. I would love to go someday. This is an event you can do within just a few hours. We got done really quickly. We ended up going back through the houses a couple times. And lastly, I would say their show is actually really impressive. We were surprised at how good the show was that we saw. So besides the houses and the scare zones, make sure you see all the entertainment they have. And the best thing about the event is that it's more affordable than the others. It's usually around $30 or so, depending if you can get a sale or a deal. So we would definitely recommend Howl O Screams, whether that be at Orlando or at Busch Gardens. I know Busch Gardens has more of the haunted houses though. But if I had to pick between Howl O Screams and Halloween Horror Nights, I would still do Halloween Horror Nights just because their houses are more scary. Howl O Screams has better scare zones. Next up is Legoland Florida's Brick or Treat, which is a ton of fun. They have lots of shows, character meets, and activities to do while you're here for Halloween. It is normally on the weekends in October, and it does start the last weekend in September this year. You can rock out to this version of a Lego Frankenstein, and they also had a little show last year outside by the Kingdoms where you could learn how to do different Monster Mash dances. That could change each year, but they have always had these guys to meet: the Spider Lady, the Vampire, and Scarecrow. You can meet them throughout the day, as well as some of the shows. They had one at Lego City Stage, and our favorite last year was inside the Funtown Theater. They really rocked out with that mummy. There are usually 5 or 6 different trick-or-treat stops for the kids, and they give you quite a good amount of candy. And they have several different special treats, Halloween themed, to try, such as a twist on their apple fries, a parfait, a cannoli. It varies each year. And then they also have other things such as building activities. I mean, who doesn't love building with Legos? This event is packed full of activities, character meets, and candy stops. I would definitely recommend it, especially if you have a family. I will link our 2021 video, but we'll be back this year too, of course. It's one of the kids' favorite Halloween events throughout the year, and there's no additional cost if you already have your park ticket or annual pass. Last up is Zoo Tampa Creatures of the Night. This one actually really surprised us with how big it was, how much they really had, and tickets are only around $30 and free if you are a member for Zoo Tampa. You can actually still see some of the animals at night, but they basically deck out the whole zoo in Halloween themes, and they have different shows, activities, character meets. We also really liked the treats. They had this huge monster burger, which we tried on our second trip, but our first trip the kids got a green mac and cheese with eyeballs, and the kids meal is actually a decent price. The desserts were pretty good, just a standard dessert. You can tell it was homemade. And then in the front there, they had a bunch of different character meets with fairies, knights, monkeys, you name it. If you want to see the animals, I would still recommend going in the daytime, but we saw a few at night. They have different scare levels, so stuff that's really easy going, like a scarecrow maze where they had different scarecrows telling different jokes. That was cute. And then they have stuff that gets a little scarier too. Stay tuned to the end if you want to see the kids go through their first haunted house. They actually do a really good job, but this is just a little scare zone that was themed to spiders, and they had 1 or 2 different scare actors. Sometimes they didn't, but the kids actually love this little area. It's great to introduce them to haunted house type events because it's not super scary, but it's kind of cute. They're not going to touch you. And we actually had to go twice because we couldn't see all the shows at one time, so I'd recommend getting there as soon as it starts. They had a pumpkin smash little show, they had a funny magician, and a pirate that would tell stories and sing songs. I will link both of our trips down below because it did take 2 trips to see everything that we wanted to see, but we will be back for 2022 to see how it compares to last year. And finally, here is the haunted house at Zoo Tampa. This is the scariest thing that they do have here. This event sells out just like Mickey's Not So Scary, so make sure to buy them early enough if you really want to come.
Oh yeah.
It's like animatronic at Spirit Halloween. Oh. Hi. It's okay, but it's okay, you did good.
I know. Who are you?
He's gonna scare you.
That's gonna scare me.
Hey, don't be scared.
Beware of the chupacabra.
Scared.
You should be.
That's great.
Whoa!
What is that?
I don't know. There's someone right there. I saw you. Who are you? Who's your name?
Oh, look, the bunny man.
Uh-oh.
Get away.
That was pretty scary. That actually got me. That got me.
That scared Daddy too.
I know.
What's our nose? That's that.
Those are bugs.
Go first. You go first.
Hold on to me. Hold on to me.
You're okay.
Okay.
Who are you?
That's Bloody Mary. Oh, right up there. Hold on to me. Oh!
Oh, look, bird.
I thought you were an animatronic.
That was Pumpkin, it's okay. So Zoo Tampa does a really good job. Believe it or not, the kids actually wanted to go back again, and then the second time they couldn't wait to scare their grandma. If we missed anything, any special events, then let us know in the comments if we should check anything else out, but those are our favorite 6 in Central Florida that they do have. And thank you so much to Maddie and Lachey for helping support our channel. It helps us to keep doing all these fun events that we love to go to.
Stay up and subscribe. This is a chance to subscribe for more videos.